paranormal investigating has been what I've been doing for like 5 years now. And it started with my house. So I started having stuff happening at my house, and was unexplainable and actually quite scary for me, because I wasn't really into all that in the beginning, and I was very unfamiliar with paranormal. I wasn't really, other than watching TV stuff, I had never really had a whole lot happen in my life. And then when stuff started happening at my house, we ended up having a team come and investigate, and it's what opened the door for me, understanding it and being interested in it, the whys and the hows and stuff like that. So I would wake up in the morning, all my burners would be on the stove, appliances would turn on by themselves, pictures flew off the wall constantly. Matter of fact, when the producer from the Travel Channel came and interviewed me, a picture flew off and barely missed him, and things like that. Things would go missing, and then you'd find them in odd places, things like that. And then they came and did their thing here and actually helped, and we haven't, it's still a few things here and there, but for the most part it's been good, lighter. So they think that having 3 adolescent boys, just something woke up. They're not sure. They speculate that it could be Native American, because this land was Native American land. They're not real sure what made it start all at once, and they just basically explained it like all the adolescent kids hold all that energy in, and so we really don't know. I ended up applying for a job at the old jail. During COVID, they started doing something called Old Jail After Dark in St. Augustine, and I applied and got the position, and started working there doing paranormal investigating, and I've been doing that ever since. And I've investigated some houses here. I did the house in Rodman, the Panic in Palatka house that was on Ghost Adventures. I've investigated that, and some different properties in Palatka. Very interested in getting into the St. James Hotel. You want to get in there one day. You can just imagine what's in there. So at the jail is very, very active area. I have seen apparitions. I've seen apparitions that look like us. I've seen shadows. I've heard voices. I've been touched. I have interacted with different spirits in the jail. They know my name. They call out my name sometimes when I turn my equipment on in the jail. They'll say hi. Almost like they're my co-workers, as odd as that sounds. Part of all this is having skeptics, and I invite them to come to the old jail, and because it will take away that skepticism real quick. I've seen a lot of skeptics come to the jail, and they'll leave with just, they can't believe what they just experienced. Alright, so this is what we call a dead bell. And the energy from spirit can actually trigger this. So you just turn it on, and it sounds like that. Okay. Can you do that again? If there's anybody here, can you do that? That may have been me. If there's anybody here, can you do that again, please? You can ring the bell again. Okay, you kind of see how that is. I just got chills. Okay, because that's how they do it. So they just typically will ring the bell. We'll ask them to do it again. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't, depending who we're investigating. If they want to communicate, let us know that they're there. It's a newer piece of equipment, and we just started using this probably in the last year. That's probably one of my favorite pieces here. Next we have what we call a K2 meter. It picks up any kind of electromagnetic energy by lighting up like this. Now, our cell phones, technology, electrical outlets will set this off. That's probably why it's going off now, I guess. Not real sure. But it's going off like right in this area for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know what could be setting it off, to be quite honest with you, not unless there's somebody here. Of course, my house is haunted. Let's see if this one does it. Yeah, it's doing it. Both of them are doing it. That's what it does whenever there's some spirit around. I don't know what could be setting this off, to be honest with you. I don't know. It could be paranormal. And they probably are curious about you guys, so. The next thing we have is cat balls. Spirit can set off cat balls. They can set it off with their energy. Thank you. Putting on a show for you guys today.